Better? Hello, my name is Joseph Pirayou. I want to welcome you back. Earlier, we had some glitches with the Facebook and other technical things, which I don't know what is going on, but it's good to be back. We start over again. My name is Joseph Pirayou. I want to welcome you to, in the beginning, Ashur program. As always, this is a live program, and you have any questions, comments, you can send them to us. If I can answer during the program, I will. If you do the comments after the live program is later on, either I answer it during program, and we'll try to get uh, uh, some satisfaction for you either way. The program that the title that we see today is Ashur's number one enemy. So 9. So when we did the flyer by Assyria TV, I shared that on my Facebook, and over 2,000 friends that I have, I got one comment, and it was a great comment by my dear cousin Powell Bet Aves, and they say if you have family like that, who needs enemies? But honestly, that was a great comment because it took my brain. When I was planning, there was something missing, like how to get to the purpose that I have for Ashur's number one enemy. And let's put the comment on from Powell so I can share that because when I shared the flyer on Facebook, I asked any idea who is our Ashuri number one enemy. Let me know if you would like your comments to be shared tomorrow during the program. And my cousin Paul writes, "Dear cousin, why we need to have an enemy, you know, and good people have no enemies, right?" Uh, and it took me to a direction that he's right. Why we need to have an enemy? And we by Ashuri, I mean Ashuri. And for those who are new to this program, this is the correct name. This is our name, Ashur, and I speak Ashuri people. You're not Assyrian, but that's what is referring to the Assyrian people. So there would be no confusion because when we say Assyrian, people think Syrian. Anyway, um, and it says cousin, and we are cousins, and his mom is my aunt, same last name, so we are family. And Paul, thank you for the comment that you put here. And I was thinking first, what is an enemy? When we say enemy, what is it that comes to my mind? Like when I said Ashur's number one enemy, what came to your mind? Was it a Turk? Was it a Kurd? Historically, the people that have aggressive against us, killed us, this and that. What was like enemy? What is it comes to your mind? And I went to Google. It's always good to see what the information they have out there, what the meaning of the word is. So this is the meaning that I found, and I want to share that with you. The word enemy. If you can put that, so I can share that with the people here. Says noun, a person who is actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. And they use that the traditional enemies of his tribe. It kind of applies to us because you had these Ashuri tribes in the southeastern Turkey, the Kari Mountains. So somebody actively opposed and hostile. That's an enemy. Another one is synonyms that they're using is foe and adversary. And that's interesting when you put things that are out there and you look at them, because we have an idea of some words, what they mean. The other option it gives is the hostile nation or its armed forces or citizens. Citizens, not just the nation or armed forces. The enemy shot down our helicopters. The third one that was interesting, a thing that harms or weakens something else. So I was looking at this like, okay, first, why we need to have an enemy, right? And I'm looking back, when somebody's what was that? Hostile. A person is actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. One thing is missing here. What is the purpose that you are opposed or hostile to someone or something? What did they do? See, when we look at our history, we start even from recent one. I'll go through a few photos. I mean, if I wanted to go to our history, I have to have a program for like 200 hours to show for the past 2,000 years how the enemies have treated us. But for now, I just have like 4 photos, something recent. Can we go through the photos, please, so I can share? So remember, hostile to someone or something. Now, this gentleman, 92-year-old, Geberia Ego, he was gunned down, 92-year-old. He was gunned down in Torabdin. What did he do? What he did that caused for someone to be hostile and oppose him and shoot him and kill him? What did he do to deserve that? That's what I'm trying to get here. What have we done? Another photo we have of these two gentlemen here, same area, Torabdin, they were beaten up. What for? What did they do? Did they steal from somebody? Did they kill somebody's family? Did they rape somebody's sister? I mean, we're talking, what did they do to deserve this? The enemy opposing, hostile. Why? Another photo. This is always gets to me. This is during the time of ISIS. This has happened, what, 8 years ago? September 23rd, 2015. Ashur Abraham, Dr. Odishu, and Via and Bassam Michael. And underneath says, gone but never forgotten. When you saw this, we remember 8 years ago. How many of you knew this happened to these people? This is in the Khabur region. ISIS came, they took about 300 hostages. They put these 3 guys down with the guns behind their head. They said, we want money. Then they shoot them. They put 3 other people there. They said, if you don't give us money for each hostage, you're going to shoot 3 at a time or something like that. It's a long story, but eventually through whatever avenues, slowly money was sent to them, but not what they wanted, because we don't have that kind of money, or we have that kind of money, we spend it. No, I shouldn't have said that. What are we building churches? I'm not going to say that. So what did they do? Dr. Odisha Anbiya, what did you do to deserve this? Or Ashur Abraham, what did you do to deserve this? Or Bassam Michael, what did you do to deserve this? You have enemy, yeah, but what did you do? What did you do? The last one that I have here, photo, goes back about 100 years. Safer. All these bodies. These are my brothers and sisters. What did they do to deserve this? Yeah, enemy is somebody that's opposing you, somebody's hostile to you, but what have you done? Right now, there is this war going on between the Hamas and the Israelis, right? And Hamas says Israel did this to that. Israel said, well, they did this to that. So somebody did something, so retaliate, they're fighting, going back and forth. Before Hamas was these other groups, Fatah or Hezbollah, I don't know. But the thing is that they have reasons. I'm not saying which side is right or wrong, but they say, we did this to you because of this. Why did you kill the Ashuri people? 2/3 of them, 100 years ago. Why did you kill these 3 people? Why did you went to Khabur to take him hostage and take money to return him? Why did you beat up these 2 guys in Torabdin? Why did you shoot this 92-year-old man? What did he do to you? We have to do something to deserve be treated like this. That's why when I saw the comments like, why we need to have an enemy? My cousin put that comment. I thought about that. So wait a minute. Why we need to have an enemy? From Middle East for the past, 40, 50 years, we've been in Iran, Iraq, Syria, most of our people. We have some in the Soviet Union parts that they left over 150 years ago, but majority of us were in the Middle East. And the past 40, 50 years, we have left. We have gone to all these countries, starting from Australia, New Zealand, to most every country in Europe. We have somebody there. I don't know anybody in Africa, but we have a lot in the United States, in Canada, Mexico, I'm sure it's South America. And most of our people, 99.9%, wherever we go, we don't go be hostile to the people that the countries that we go to. You know, we work hard, we try to be part of the community, contribute, right? I mean, there are some bad apples in communities. I remember this like 40 some years ago. We just came to San Jose, and my friend and I, we were driving. He was driving a little fast. The police officer stopped us, give us a ticket. My son, please, don't give me a ticket. My father will be upset. We are Assyrians. And the guy said, "Oh, you're Assyrians. I've heard about you people in Chicago. You guys are troublemakers, But that was the thing back, when you just come to the new country. I don't want to make excuses for that, but nothing in a way that the countries that we've been to systematically want to kill us, want to kick us out. We are an asset. And we are the same in the Middle East. Nothing's just same people. Yet, hostility, they want to kill us. Today is December 7, 2023. December 7, 1941. The Japanese Navy attacked Pearl Harbor in Hawaiian Islands. And up until then, this is during World War II. Up until then, United States was not participating. I believe Britain wanted the United States to come in. The United States, hey, nobody's bothering us. It's your problem. It's a European problem. Japan is attacking China and these other countries. This is Asian problem. We are on this side of Atlantic and on this side of Pacific. We are in the middle. We don't want to have our people killed for your purpose. So they're staying there, say, hey, we have no enemies. Nobody's doing anything to us. Why should we just send people over there? Right? So our enemy is our own fate. And so I have Johann Mache Rume as a comment here. Says, our enemy is our own fate and people being used against the Assyrian nation. I will get to that. Thanks for the comment, Johann, because there are some things that we want to clarify before we get to the part. So December 7, 1941, the Japanese military or Navy attacked Pearl Harbor. And that's the President Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt says, the day that will live in infamy, will never be forgotten. I don't know how many of you knew about this before I mentioned that today's the anniversary. So this is what, 59, 23, about 84 years ago. So United States just sitting there, nothing to do. Hey, we don't have enemies. We have no problem. Why should we sacrifice our soldiers, our young men to come and fight in a place that doesn't belong to us? But after, I don't know what the Japanese were thinking. I'm just on the surface know about the history. I don't know the dealing, politics, this and that, what went on. I don't know. I'm just saying what I saw on the surface that happened. And Japan attacked United States, and the area that they attacked was the naval base. They were all the ships and warships and all these names that they have. They destroyed them. So I guess Japan was thinking, we destroyed the United States Navy, then we go to Philippines, China, all the islands in the Pacific. We conquer them. There is nobody come and oppose us, or I don't know what was the thing. But the thing is that after what they did, United States entered the war, and it changed the history because this is some years back. There was a program that I was seeing about the history of the World War II. They said if Japan hadn't attacked the United States in 1941, whole Europe would be speaking German now, and the whole Asia would be speaking Japanese now. And of course, you are between Atlantic and Pacific. Hey, nothing with us. Nobody attacked us. We stayed the same. That's what the comment was if they had an attack. But attack was made. US came, changed the shape of the war. Like 4 years later, the war ended. Nazis lost. Japan lost, and all these things. US, we have no enemies. But when the enemy came, attacked, were hostile to them, they retaliated with what kind of retaliation? But that's not the point. I'm trying to get to that side. But what has been happening to us as a people, why we need to have an enemy? We just do. It's like our existence in Middle East is a problem to these people. And the photos that I showed, it shows that they get away with whatever they want, anytime they wanted, to whomever they wanted, and wherever they want. You know, doesn't matter if it's Turkey, Syria, I don't know, in Lebanon, but I know in the North Iraq, with the KRG, whatever they want to do. Who's going to stop it? Who can stop it? I'm hoping I can communicate that in a way that could make sense. When I mentioned that 40, 50 years we have been outside Middle East, something came to my mind. I just remembered I was telling my kids years back, I told them, you are born here in California. Your father was born in Tehran. Your grandfather was born in Ukraine. Back then it was Soviet Union. His father was born in Urmi, northwest Iran. His father was born in Gilu, southeast Turkey, Hakkari Mountains. That's just one line. Then the grandmother's mother. It's like, why? Why this hostility towards people that are peaceful? I know that they were carrying rifles or pistols or something to just defend themselves. The last time I heard there was a conquer that was happening by the Ashuri people was 600 some years before the birth of Christ. After the fall of Ashur, 612 BC, when Nineveh was destroyed, and 4 or 5 years later, the whole empire was no more, and our people later became Christians. We haven't been hostile to anybody. Ashur's number one enemy. Are these people our number one enemy? When we were looking at the explanation for what enemy is, the third one was saying that the person was actively opposed, hostile to someone or something, or a hostile nation, or its armed forces or citizens. The third meaning translation that they gave for enemy was that a thing that harms or weakens something. When the poster was made for the program, I looked at it. I said, the Quran, you gave away the answer. Ashur's number one enemy. Can you put that poster on? It says Assyria TV, that was 20 hours ago. It says Joseph Pirayou Ashur, Ashur's number one enemy. Are you number one enemy, Joseph? Well, it says a thing that harms or weakens something else. This is a program called In the Beginning Ashur. Is it helping or harming? Is it strengthening or weakening our nation? And when I was thinking about that and I was doing my research, I came up to this poem. I don't know how we can see it's related to what is going on here, but it is related to me. Because I can't tell you, you should do this, you should do that. You know, this thing with the pointing finger, they always say when you point one finger at somebody, these other three points at you. You know, I'm not in the business that you should do this, you should do that. I share information of what is happening. But I tell you one thing that after I saw that post, it says, Joseph Pirayou Ashur. That's my name on Facebook. Ashur's number one enemy. Are you? Let me read you this poem. We have that, if you can put it on the screen too. So this is for myself that I'm sharing with you. It says, do we have that? I'll read that. It says, when you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, just go to a mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father, mother, or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. Some people may think you're a straight shooting chum and call you a wonderful guy. But the man in the glass says you're only a bum if you can't look him straight in the eye. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you clear up to the end. And you have passed your most dangerous, difficult test if the man in the glass is your friend. This last part. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of life and get pats on the back as you pass. But your final reward will be heartaches and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. To me, it's not that I'm the Ashur's number one enemy, but as an individual, the responsibility that falls on our shoulder. As Paul said, why we need to have an enemy. But later he adds, good people have no enemies. But look at us. Who is our number one enemy? Can you put that comment that was made by Yuham? As I said, I answered that later. Let's finish with that. So Yuham said something about our enemy is our own faith and people being used against the Assyrian nation. So it's always the third party. I'm not saying you are not right or wrong or anything like that, but our own faith. Then we have to decide what is our faith? What is the faith that we have? And people being used against the Assyrian nation. So how do you defend that? We just sit and see, this is what they did. This is what they did. See, the enemies, the Kurds are enemy, the Turk is enemy, the churches are enemy, this bishop is enemy, this is that. What are we doing? Complain? Okay, we have a problem. Don't we have a problem? Okay, first, how did we get here with the problem that we have? And how are we going to solve this? By complaining, is it helping us? That's the question. That's why I'm pointing the finger to myself. As an individual, I'm the one that have to do against harm or weaken my fellow brothers and sisters and harm, not to harm and weaken my culture, my name. It's my responsibility. I know I have to take myself as the responsible person. If I start pointing finger, there is no help to our nation. Any of you have better ideas of what is going on, but all I can do is all I can do. If all of us together work to help from ourselves to do our best for our name, our culture, the enemy. Why are they afraid of us? What is going on? that they're doing this to us. Right? Think about it. Why we need to have an enemy? Good people have no enemies, but why they're doing this to us? There is something going on. Unity is like nightmare for these people, whoever these people are. Nightmare. And that's our only problem. Identity, unity. But before I tell you what to do, I have to take that stick out of my eye before I tell you about that pebble in your eye. So I'm working on mine. If you would like to work on yours, we help to each other, bring it together, because I do believe one day we will have our land back and it will be called Ashur. I don't know when. I've said that many times during the program, but I know will happen. I have to fix myself first before I tell anybody else what to do. While I'm working, anybody has any ideas, you want to share with us your things, you do what you want to do. We can put things together, because with one hand, as we say in Middle East, you can't make a sound, but two hands together, 3, 4 hands together, it will happen. We just have to realize who we are. The last verse here says, you may fool the whole world down the pathway of life and get pats on the back as you pass. But your final reward will be heartaches and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. I do my best not to cheat that man. And I've seen people that history, 92-year-old killed, hostages taken, 100 years ago, all these things that are happening. Do I have a responsibility? Do I have a portion in it? Do I have a part to play in this? Am I that valuable? Yes, you are. Yes, I am. All of us are, because there is something going on. Blessed be Ashur, the work of my hands, says the Creator. Don't forget that. And with that, with the unity dance, we will finish the program. As always, thank you for watching. In the name of Ashur, Makila. Thank you and goodbye.
Sheikhani.